One of the most common questions that I get is how to make your schedule with calisthenics. So to help you answer that, I'm going to start off from the very beginning, you're a complete beginner, and we're going to work our way up to intermediate and then advanced. Starting off, day one of calisthenics, you're brand new, you want to get started. The first thing you should do is prioritize mastering the basics. I say this all the time because it's the most important thing to do. When I say mastering the basics, it means master all 4 pillars of the foundation: your pushing, your pulling, your core, and your legs. If you want to break down on how to master the basics, I have another video up on my channel already. It's going to be on the screen probably. Click that, watch that, and then come back here. So once you've done the initial workout, the beginner circuit, you've mastered your basics and you're ready to move on, this is the way I want people to visualize it. I don't want you to just do calisthenics just to do calisthenics. Don't just add it in, don't just superset it just so you can say you do it. I think there needs to be a purpose behind why you're doing a specific exercise. So for example, in my case, I do skill training primarily as my main form of training, which means I'll want to go for the front lever, the handstand, the planche. Those are my goals when I train. I don't just train to get big. Getting big is just a byproduct of me training those skills. So there are 2 tracks I want you to have in your head. The first track is I want to go down the skill training track. The second track is you just want to get more mass and strength in general. For track 1, it's a lot easier. It's very streamlined. If you want to go down the skill track, you simply pick a skill you want to do, and then you start with the easiest progression and work your way up slowly. For example, if you want to do the front lever, you would start off with a tuck. Then you'd go to advanced tuck, then you could go to single leg, you could go to straddles, then you go to the full. Those are the progressions. And then you can do accessories to aid with those progressions, like doing negatives, doing leg raises, doing reverse deadlifts. There's multiple exercises to help accessorize and help for your main skills. Now, when you're doing skill training, it's important to give your body time in between to rest, but also make sure that you have enough volume and frequency. For example, we'll do the front lever again. If you're training that, I always say train it at least 3 times a week. Some people will say 2 to 3 times. I say 3 times a week if you want to train it consistently and give yourself time to rest. There is a different method known as the grease the groove, where you kind of do it throughout the day, every day, to get used to it. I don't really prefer that method, but you can do it if you like. So for example, your schedule would look like Monday front lever training, Tuesday rest, Wednesday front lever training, Thursday rest, Friday front lever training. For the weekend, I would say you can do 2 things: either continue the cycle or just take the weekend off to completely rest. So you would keep the every other day cycle going through the weekend, or you just take that to rest. That's up to you. Now, if you are training more than 1 skill with calisthenics, let's say you're doing a pulling skill, which is the front lever, and a pushing skill, the bend arm planche, what I did is I did a push, pull, legs and core day. So for pushing day, I would train for the bend arm planche. For pulling day, I would train for the front lever, and then the day after that, I would either take it as a rest day to recoup, or I would do an accessorizing core exercise or leg training. So that's the push-pull schedule. Another schedule you can do is to do push and pull within the same day and do an every other day. So you would do bend arm planche training and front lever training on Monday, take a break on Tuesday, and then do it again on Wednesday and repeat. So you can either do it push, pull, break, or you can do it push, pull in 1 day, break, push, pull in 1 day, break. That's the way I broke down my training when I first started, and that's what I still do today. Now, if you want to go down the other track, which is not skill training, which is just you just want to get bigger, more mass, what you need to be focusing on is continuous progressive overload. So for example, let's go from the beginner circuit. It requires you to do pull-ups, push-ups, and then any core and leg exercise. Starting with pull-ups, if you can do 10 pull-ups, I say 10 pull-ups is mastery. It's ready to move on to an advanced version. What that means is you either do a different, harder variation of the pull-up, or you can add weight, or you can train explosively. What I would recommend in terms of advancing your pull-ups is if you have 10 pull-ups, which I think is mastery, then you would progress to either weighted pull-ups, explosive pull-ups, or higher pull-ups. Explosive pull-ups and higher pull-ups kind of tie together, but that's one way you can progressively overload pull-ups. If you're just looking for mass and strength, you would naturally go down the weighted pull-up track because that will help you lift more. For example, for push-ups, if you can do regular push-ups, you do the same thing. Add weight to yourself with a weight vest or a backpack and do the same push-ups, or do different variations like archer push-ups, staggered push-ups, train for the 1-arm push-up if you want to build strength and size. Additionally, you can do things like dips, increase your pushing strength, weighted dips. That's the way you would progress those skills. For your core, it'd be a little bit different. It's not as straightforward. You would start off with a hollow body hold or plank as your baseline. Then you can progress to an L-sit. Then you can progress to a dragon flag. Those would be a way to progress your core. And then for your legs, the same principle. Add weight to your body with a weight vest. Even pick up some weights, dumbbells, and use those. A barbell squat is still weighted calisthenics. Do barbell squats, that's progressively overloading your legs. Calf raises, add weight to yourself, do calf raises. It's very straightforward. I think you're starting to see how this works. You either add weight to yourself, you change your variation, change the leverage, any way to make it harder. So now you have your 2 paths. You have your skill path, and then you have your mass and strength path. For your mass and strength path, you can do traditional way. You can either have it back and bis one day, chest and tris, continue on that regular, weightlifting pattern, or you can do the every other day full body pattern if you like that. For me, I always wanted to keep it fun and fresh, so I did skill training. To me, skill training is almost like a strength test. If you can perform those skills, that means you've trained the individual exercises to the point where you're strong enough to be able to handle that static or that dynamic move. The last thing I want to talk about in your schedule should be deloading. I take a deload week every 3 to 4 weeks of consistent training. A deload week gives your body the chance to fully recoup all the damage it's taken for the past 3 to 4 weeks of training. Some people like to take an active deload week where they do a light set of 2 to 3 sets. I personally do not do that, and I don't like to do that. Some people just always like to be in the gym, so they want something to do during those days they're supposed to be resting. You need to give your joints, your ligaments, your muscles all the proper time to recover so you can go right back in stronger. And usually what happens is when you take that week off from training, you come back, you actually end up being stronger than you were before because you gave yourself enough time to rest. So that's how I put together my schedule. I hope this helped you out. If you have any questions, ask below in the comments. If you need additional help and you want someone to help watch your form, review your VODs, help coach you, I do have one-on-one coaching you can apply for. It's going to be in the description below. And with that, I think you have everything you need. Good luck.